Hey everybody, this is Kayla with Becky's Graphic Design in Nashville, Tennessee. Today we're going to go over how to replace text with a graphic or a picture in InDesign automatically, so long as the text you're replacing follows the same format as the graphic or picture with which you want to replace it. So for a quick rundown, let me give you an overview of the situation. We had a book client who had shaded paragraphs like this. They were kindly blunt reminders, messages, advice. The header was always the same on each one. It might say kindly blunt reminder for these ones, and it would be the same every time. It would repeat through the book as such. However, she had a custom graphic, part of her branding, made for this book, and she wanted to replace this header with this graphic. She wanted it to look like this. But we had already styled mostly the whole book, and these instances of shaded paragraphs occurred probably more than 50 times, and I really did not want to go through and manually apply this image to every instance of the book. Plus, if the book ever needed to reflow, if the page numbers changed, for example, these images would get left behind. It also just didn't work as well for the ebook. I really wanted this whole thing to flow nicely so it would work in every format easily. So let me show you what I did, a good solution for this problem. So the first thing I thought was, hey, why don't I just anchor this text to the beginning of this? Well, that's fine, except for the fact that I would need to copy and paste and place that at the beginning of each and every one of these instances. Instead, what I wanted to do was to place this image into the flow of the text. Let me show you how to make an inline image. Let me just add a new paragraph style. Let's add a new one over here. By clicking this little plus button at the bottom of our paragraph styles panel, we can add a new paragraph style. I'm going to click on this to edit it, and we're going to call this Inline Image. We're also going to call it Inline Image Shaded because we do want a shaded background to apply to this image as well. The only thing we need to do for the moment is to add a center alignment to the style. That's it, nothing else. We'll come back and do the shaded part in a minute. All right, now, if I add a new paragraph and apply Inline Image Shaded, now all I need to do is insert an image. So we're going to go up to File, Place, and then I'm going to add one of my vector title graphics. Let's do this one. I'm just going to place it as is. Okay, everything disappeared. Don't freak out. It's okay. What happened is the image came in too large. It's gigantic, and InDesign can't find anywhere to put it. It's too big to fit on the frame. So instead, it has just bumped it off into oblivion. Before you touch anything, go up here to your scale tools, and we're going to simply keep dropping down the size of this until we can see it. Okay? There it is. Now I'm going to keep dropping it down some more until it's a more reasonable size. Let's make it about like that. That's perfect. All right, so the other thing we need to do now is to give this a shaded background. So I'm going to go to my Inline Image Shaded style, and we're going to add some paragraph shading. I'm going to select shading, and let's do, I think it's a 50% black, and I'm not sure about the offsets. So you can see now that we have a shaded background. It's not currently connecting to the next shaded paragraph style because it's not the same exact applied shading styles. They have to be exactly the same. So let's double check what our shaded body is. We're going to, okay, so we have 0.5 top, 0.18 bottom, and it's 20% black. I'm going to deselect that to make sure that these are separate. Okay, bottom was what, 1.18? Yep, very good. And it was 20% black. There we go. Now that these two styles are applying the same, they are now connecting. If you'll note, when I highlight everything now, this image is also contained in my highlight, whereas this one, which is simply anchored to the text, is not. I'm going to go ahead and delete this, and also this line above, which is connected. Now to edit all of this extra gray space on the top, we are going to edit the inline image shaded again. The space before that's fine, probably. We can leave that at a 1/2 inch. And then let's look at our offset. The offset here is too large. So long as we leave the color and the tint the same, we should be okay. So let's go ahead and drop this down to 1/4 inch. That looks better. Okay. Now, we have something that can flow with the text. Note, everything is working exactly as it would if I had typed that text in there. Now, I don't want to go through the document and do that 50 times. So, here's what we're going to do. There's a neat little trick you can use in your Find Change that will allow you to place the contents of your clipboard. Watch this. I'm going to highlight this whole line, copy it. Now I'm going to open up my Find Change tool with Control F. I'm going to tell my Find Change to look for the keywords kindly, blunt, reminder. We better make sure that the caps work fine. I'm going to copy that in here, paste it. Okay, yep, it is all capital. That's important. Now, what we are going to change it to is, let me highlight this line, copy that. We are now going to change this line to this. This is what you're looking for. Clipboard contents formatted. This will bring the paragraph style with it. All right. Now, let's try it out. Let's tell it to find the next one, and let's change it. There we go. Perfect. Let's change all. Very nice. Now, when we look at our document, we can see that every instance of the written text has now changed into that graphic being pulled from the clipboard. One last thing let's talk about in this video. Do you see how close these shaded paragraphs are to the top of the page? They are going outside of my text frame right here. You see that? We're going to fix this problem by utilizing a rule above and rule below for this style. So let's open up Inline Image Shaded. And we are going to use paragraph rules. We're going to turn on rule above. And we're going to add an offset of, well, let's do 1/4 inch. We're going to tell this line to keep in the frame, and then we're going to give it a text color of none. Now, when I make sure that I added enough, let's do a bigger offset. There we go. Now it's staying down within the text frame. Okay, everybody, that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you have watched several of our videos, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Look at this graph, everybody. Look at how many of you are watching and how many of you are not subscribed. When you subscribe, it doesn't cost any money, and it helps us keep our numbers and our analytics up, and helps us make a little revenue so that we have time to keep making these helpful videos for free for you all. All right, everybody, thank you very much. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.